Here we are. It is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure that you hit the bell notification. Make sure you're subscribed. A lot of people have been unsubscribed. And if you've noticed, my views have been at 204, 205,000 for the past year. They don't even move. It's very, very bizarre. But make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification. Make sure you check out my other channel also, JBabe Alabama. I'll have the link down below. Dropped a video yesterday. I'll be dropping another one probably tomorrow. So thanks for the support with that channel. Now well over 8,000 subs. Really do appreciate it. But let's get into this video today. We got a lot to talk about regarding world events and the US and global economy. Trump warns Iran's whole civilization will die tonight. Will die tonight unless deal struck. That was said earlier. And then just a little while ago, Iran updates. Pakistan seeks 2-week pause after Trump warns whole civilization will die if no deal by deadline. Pakistan, which is an intermediary between the US and Iran, asked for a 2-week delay in escalating attacks on Iran. The White House says it will respond. And I don't know exactly what time this all came out, been running around today, but markets were down over 400, Dow Jones, and I think the Dow only closed down 85. The rest of the market was in the green. 10-year bond yields were climbing. Now we're down to 4.30. We were a little over 4.36 earlier today, so bond yields have pulled back. Gold is up $64 as I make this video. Silver is up 40 cents. So we'll see how all this plays out, but things definitely are happening. What are your thoughts on this? Markets will probably love this tomorrow morning, any type of good news. And it just seems like a soap opera with just like the tariffs, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Nope, going to give you an extension. And Trump is going to more than likely give them an extension, and then it'll be another extension, and it just goes on and on and on. But no doubt things are escalating. And what does Iran do with the extra 2 weeks? And maybe Trump says, I'll give you 7 days. Maybe I'll give you 3 days. Maybe I'll give you 10, whatever. Maybe I'll give him 4 weeks. Who knows? What are they going to do with this time? Please leave a comment down below. China could target U.S. homeland if Iran conflict escalates, expert warns. I talked about this yesterday. Recent drone incursions over U.S. military bases are raising new concerns about foreign threats as tensions with Iran escalate. We had that, 2 years ago, we had that weather balloon fly over our entire country for 7 days before anybody did anything about it. And now we have drones flying over our military bases. Think about all the people who've come over to this country in the last 10 years alone. Especially the last 4 or 5 years. How many people came over here with bad intentions, and what could happen here? I just think people are absolutely oblivious to the threats that are out there right now. TheBurningPlatform.com, America Last, War Abroad, Tyranny at Home, and the Theft of a Nation. We're fighting wars we can't take care of. Daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. We have to take care of one thing: military protection. President Donald J. Trump. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and not clothed. President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Americans are having a hard time feeding themselves. They're having a hard time now putting gas in their cars. They're having a very hard time paying for healthcare. Most Americans can't afford to buy a house. Most Americans don't even have $500 saved up for an emergency. And here we are with another needless, endless war that is going to cost hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars. In my opinion, I hope I'm wrong, could be. But it just seems to me that there are so many problems here. I thought this was going to be America first. It seems like it's going to be America last. So many problems here that are not being taken care of. Problems that are not being addressed. Problems that are getting worse while we're thousands of miles away fighting wars for basically other countries. Here's another one today. This from thedailydoom.com. Are you prepared for your world to be totally different tomorrow morning? Trump says It could be forever. Would Trump really follow through with sending Iran back to the Stone Age? Would he really go after these civilian targets, bridges, freeways? Think about like these people, their HVAC systems go down, their water goes down. They're talking about hitting water treatment plants, desalinization plants, you name it, grids, power plants. How do people heat and cool their homes? No running water. How many people would lose their lives with this? Civilians who were hoping for a change. It's not a good look. Would Trump actually go through with this? Maybe. Maybe this thing right now with Pakistan asking for this 2-week delay. Maybe Trump says, "Oh, wonderful! I'm not going to be pushed into a corner here." Would he do something? He's done quite a bit already, so I think he would definitely follow through with more attacks on Iran. President makes the news for declaring holy war, and America will pay the price. This also on thedailydoom.com. Taxpayers are paying for this war a lot. And we're all paying at the pump. We're paying with taxes. We're paying with everything on a store shelf. Wow. The people that are selling oil are making a fortune, an absolute fortune. We're paying for this war, and oil companies are making an absolute fortune. Are you making any money off of this? No, you're paying for this a lot, and you're going to lose a lot of money for this war, in my opinion. Today, I saw gas, highest so far, $3.95 for regular, $3.95. $2.39, $2.59 when I first got here about 6 months ago. It's going up. So I'm waiting for the first day. I see $4 here. Bolt cuts third of staff amid new AI focus. That is the fintech company. I think this is going to be their American company. I think that's going to be over 200 people. So the layoffs continue. AI. So when you look at all these visa workers, all the AI, all this technology coming in and competing against you for your job, what is this all going to look like 5 or 10 years from now? I have no idea, but it is not going to look good. This doesn't look good either. Used car prices, this is on CNBC, used car prices rise to highest point since summer of 2023. Prices of used vehicles are continuing to rise, and demand remains strong. $50,000 for a new car, so people no doubt are looking used. It is shocking that these prices are still, with cars, new, used, housing, still way up there, but you're just seeing a lot less purchases. A lot less people are buying homes. It is a very, very stagnant market when it comes to real estate. I haven't really seen the latest auto numbers, but to think that, $50,000 for the average new car, $755 for the average new car payment, 17% of new car payments are over $1,000 a month. We had 3 million repos last year, which nobody wants to talk about. How many repos are we going to see this year? People trading in, cars with negative equity at an alarming rate. A huge portion of people that trade in a car for a new car have negative equity. And I think the average negative equity was over $7,500. It's a lot. And you're looking at interest rates on car loans, much higher than they were a few years ago, and prices are remaining high. How are people going to sustain all this? $1,000 car payments. Many people now, I think it was over 20%, 25% are financing their cars 7 years, 7-year car notes. Unsustainable. And yet people, half this country does not have $500 saved up. They miss one paycheck. They miss a couple days of work. They're already in big, big trouble. Daily Mail, stay indoors advisory issued for over 500,000 people as lung-penetrating toxins fill the air. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have been warned to stay in their homes for several days this week as toxins that can harm the lungs fill the air in the Midwest. This was taking place in Kansas and northern Oklahoma. So we live in a country where it's too toxic to even go outside. You have to stay in your house. Yet we have the money to go and fight these wars. We have the billions of dollars. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday. We talk about $1 billion a day. This is going to be at least hundreds of billions of dollars for this war. And it could go over $1 trillion depending on how long we're there. Think about what, I don't know, $500 billion would do for cities here in America, for the infrastructure. You know, LA County, half their street lights don't work because the copper's been stolen. Look at the potholes in your city. Look at your schools. Look at your airports. Look at the graffiti in your cities. Look at the condition of a lot of your cities. And yet, where's the money? The money, well, we don't have the money for that, but we have the money to go over and start a war with Iran. You know, I thought it was America first. What happened to America first? I could be wrong about all this. Many of you may disagree. But I just think that we need to take care of our own house before we go and break into somebody else's house. That's just my humble opinion. And there's just so much we really don't know about what's going on. And, you know, this rescue we heard about for the last couple days, thank God the pilots are back. But look at the cost, the amount of aircraft that we lost. This is multi millions, probably hundreds of millions of dollars in aircraft that we had to destroy, that we couldn't leave there. That's if we destroyed the aircraft. How do we know that our aircraft, well, we know the F-15 was shot down, but what about the other aircraft that we used to rescue the pilots, or the last pilot? We had to destroy our own aircraft, they say. How do we know that that aircraft was not hit by Iranians? I just think that we're being told a lot, like they're pumping this all up, how great we are, that we went in, saved our pilots. We got shot down. How did that happen? This country who's going to be blown into the Stone Age, who doesn't have any weaponry left, no Air Force, no Navy. We've depleted them of all these missiles, yet they were able to shoot down an F-15, and we lost, I don't know, 4 or 5 aircraft on the rescue. I mean, that F-15 was probably, I'm guessing, at least $100 million. So and then we brag about how we saved them, but this cost us how much, and what do we get in return? We're putting a lot of people's lives at risk doing this also. And at the end of the day, how is this going to affect you and I? It's going to keep affecting us at the gas pump. It's going to affect us at the store, because the price of everything is going to continue to go up. There's so many different chemicals that are so important for technology and the tech industry, for producing copper and things like that, the fertilizer. There's just so much, the helium that goes through there, so much that the world needs for technology, for mining, the fuel, all that. And the average American only just thinks it's just oil, that it's only oil that flows through there. It's so much more. And this is going to affect every man, woman, and child here in the United States and across the globe. Oil companies will get extremely rich. The defense contractors will get extremely rich. You will get and become more and more poor. And that's just the reality of it. Get ready to pay a lot more at the stores. If this thing ends today, you're going to be paying a lot more at the stores. And the question is, how long are we going to be paying more? Is it ever going to go back to where it was? I mean, think about how much more we're paying right now than we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. That inflation that started during, or right after the health crisis, because they pumped trillions of dollars into the economy to keep it on life support, that inflation has not gone away. I'm sorry. I do believe we're in double-digit inflation right now. It's hard to believe any of the news. It's hard to believe any of the data. All I can go on is what I see. When I go to a store, whether it's a Home Depot, a Lowe's, a Walmart, the grocery store, or a gas station, I see prices rising. Call for a service. Have a plumber come out to your house and see what it's going to cost. Have an electrician come to your house, see what it's going to cost. And it's going to get more expensive because it's going to cost more in fuel for workers to come to your house. Or in the gig industry, gig workers are going to have to charge more, or they're just not going to be working. So this whole thing is bad. And if this thing continues for a few more weeks, it's going to be catastrophic for the entire world. You look at the energy dependency that Europe has, Japan, China, on the Strait of Hormuz, that dependency that they have on that Middle East oil. It's going to get really, really bad. So maybe we're going to have a 2-week break here, a 2-week ceasefire if they agree on that. Maybe, like I said, Trump will say, no, it's going to be a week, 3 days. Maybe he'll give them 4 weeks. I don't know. But the longer this thing goes on, prices are going to stay elevated. And will they ever come down from where they're at? Maybe a little, but it's unlikely. Get ready to pay a lot more. But right now, I think we just have to avoid a full-blown World War III, because the longer you keep cutting countries like China off of their oil that they need, and these other countries, somebody is going to do something about it. China is not going to stand by and just let us continue to steal their oil from these other countries. That's just the way it is. I love America. Don't be confused. Some people will say, you're not a patriot. You don't love America because you don't want America to win. I don't want America to go to these endless wars. Our forefathers said we should not be involved in these wars, these foreign wars, these foreign entanglements, they called them. And what are we doing year after year? I mean, this country's been in war since almost day one. You imagine the money we would save? A country that's nearing $40 trillion in debt now. Why are we so in debt? Well, low interest rates, a lot of money printing, and a lot of money printed to go to war. Trillions of dollars went to war. So, and we printed trillions of dollars to prop up this fake economy too, to keep it going. It's all an illusion. But the reality is it can only go on so long because the world's going to put an end to it at some point. And this is where it can get very, very scary. You already know the BRICS nations are rising. You already know China, Russia are helping Iran. And you already know that they're flying drones over our military bases. You know that there's bad actors in this country right now just waiting for a green light. So America has to be really, really careful. I'm going to end it with this. America needs to stop sticking its nose in everybody's business. Let these people deal with it over there. We need to deal with our own problems right here. We have too many problems right here, too much debt, massive deficits, an infrastructure that's falling apart, an education system that's falling apart, a country that is severely divided. We need to fix our own house. I'm going to leave it there today. Leave a comment down below. Would appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you tomorrow.